Hello and welcome to this Introduction to Python Programming lecture series. Today we are going to talk about basic elements of Python. Three basic elements that we are going to discuss in this PPT are first, keywords, identifiers, and variables. Keywords. Keywords are a set of reserved words in Python. Reserved words means these words are already defined, they are predefined and have specific meaning and syntax. That means they're already being defined and you can use them as and when required for your operations. We cannot use a keyword as a variable name, function name, or any other identifier name. Keywords are case sensitive. That means if a keyword is starting with a lowercase, you should always use it with a lowercase. If it is starting with a capital letter, you must write a capital letter in front of it. Below are some of the list of keywords which are there in table 1 for your reference. Identifiers. Identifiers, as the name suggests, are the names that we give to identify a variable or a class or a function or any other object that is used in Python. It is also called as a set of valid strings that can be used as names in programming. Okay, so the name is used to identify something, right? Same way, identifiers help us to identify. Some of the guidelines for creating identifiers in Python are identifiers must be a combination of a letter, that is uppercase, that can be lowercase as well, numbers from 0 to 9, you can use numbers, and underscore. For example, ID2 is a combination of uppercase I, lowercase d, and a number 2. Upload underscore ID again a combination of your uppercase and lowercase, as well as a special character underscore is also used. ID underscore 1 is also a valid identifier. An identifier should not start with a number. It should start always with a letter. Otherwise, it leads to a syntax error. For example, I cannot write 0 rank. It will lead to an error. Okay. But when I say rank 1, it is a valid identifier. Keywords should not be used as the name of an identifier. As they're already predefined, we cannot use them as again in your program because they're already predefined with certain meaning and certain syntax. They already are predefined with certain set of syntax. So we cannot use them as the name of an identifier. For example, if I type if is equal to 1, if is used for a conditional statement, it already has a syntax very well defined by the Python. So we cannot assign a value to it. So when I say if is equal to 1, it will lead to an invalid syntax. Similarly, when I write true is equal to 1, true is also a keyword. So you cannot assign a value to true, which is a keyword. So again, it gives you an error. Besides underscore, no special character like exclamation, at the rate, hash, dollar, no special character is supported by Python for naming identifiers. For example, if I type at the rate index is equal to 1, it will lead to a syntax error. Identifiers again can be of any length, depends upon your readability factor of your program, depends upon how much readable your program should be, you want it. So you can write a is equal to 10 also, you can write counter is equal to 10 also. So it depends again as per the usability of a programmer, what kind of name they is suitable as per their need. It can be, so identifier can be of any length. Python is a case-sensitive language. So manpower, as you can see on this slide, starting with a capital M, and all lowercase manpower. They are two different identifiers in Python. Now, if I want to test an identifier is valid or not, how to do that? We can check. We can check and identify a name is valid or not by using the function is keyword. Now for that is keyword, we need to first import a module called keyword. And for that, if the keyword is correct, then it will return a true. If the keyword is not correct, then it will return false. So how does it work? Let's see in this slide. I typed import keyword. Why I've written this statement? This is used to import the module keyword in which I'm going to use this function is keyword. So we need to write keyword dot is keyword and then just pass identifier name. So I've just passed hacker as an identifier name. So it will return false. Since hacker is not is not a keyword, so it is going to return me false. If I type keyword dot is keyword try. Now try is a keyword, so it will return as an output true. Hackers dot is identifier. We have another function to identify that this identifier name is valid or not. And for that, we have hackers dot is identifier function, which returns true because hackers is it follows all the rules. It is a combination of your uppercase and lowercase letters. It is a valid identifier, so it is returning true. So when I write @hack again, as we have discussed in the last slide, these special characters, other special characters are forbidden except underscore. So when I write @hack dot is identifier function, it will return false. Next we have variables. As the name suggests, variables are the values that vary, that change, right? Now, to store those values, we need to have some name to it, right? Where to store 10, where to store a string value, hello. So when I want to store some values, right? So we have entities called as variables. So a variable in Python represents an entity whose value can change as and when required. A name that mentions a value is called a variable. Every variable, it's actually a memory location where this actual value is stored and can be retrieved from the code by querying the entity. For example, in the memory, when I just type a statement like a is equal to 12, what will happen? A space is reserved with the name a and a value 12 is stored into it. So whenever I want to refer to this 12, whenever I want to use this value 12, instead of writing 12 plus 6, I can just call this variable a and I can write a plus 6 is equal to 18. So I can actually repeatedly use this variable for my further computations. So this is very beneficial. So it is a memory location that holds that actual value and that value can be retrieved by just querying that particular entity. So we are just putting a label to that memory location, right? So A is a label to a memory location and you just have to call it whenever you want to use this particular value 12 into your code. Let us discuss some facts about variables. Unlike any other programming language, variables do not need to be declared in Python. We need not to. If you have worked on C, C++, you must be knowing that we need to first initialize, we need to first declare them before initializing. We need to first have a declarative statement like int A, int B, int test, like that. But in Python, we need not to declare variables. We can just write an initialization statement like test is equal to 10. There is no need to specify the data type also of this variable. Python gives a more simpler version. It automatically, when you write the statement test is equal to 10, the following actions will take place. An object is created with the name test and a value 10 is being stored into it. Now, if this variable does not exist earlier, as the Python interpreter comes across the statement test is equal to 10, it automatically creates it and it automatically allocates this value 10 to it. Older values get overwritten if same variable is being used again and assigned a different value, the older values get overwritten into it. Association of the variable with the object to refer the value. The variable test is a reference to the value 10. So you are associating a value to a variable actually, to a object. So this association is taking place whenever you write a sentence like this, test is equal to 10. So you are using an assignment operator equal to assign a value to this name called as variable test. Whenever the expression changes, Python associates a new object, a chunk of memory to the variable for referencing that value. And the old one automatically goes to a garbage collector. So as I said, this is again unusual feature of Python. You need not to take care of anything related to older values or referencing. Whereas in C, C++, in other programs, you need to take care of the variable when the values change. You need to take care of your variables as well. So you over here, you need not to worry about garbage collection or older values or variables. This we can check with the help of this statement. If I type a is equal to 10, and then I use a function id to identify basically the memory location of this a variable. So it gives you a long digit number like this 1398604 and so on. Again, I assign a new value to it. So now this a variable earlier was having a value called as 10. Now it is having a value a is equal to 11. So it gets overwritten over it, and Python associates a new object, a chunk of memory to it, which you can check. If I again pass IDA, write print, then a new memory is allocated to it. Also for optimization, as we want to optimize the memory and speed up the whole process of compilation and everything in a Python programming, Python also builds a cache and reuses some of the immutable objects, such as small integers and strings. Cache helps in speeding up the process. An object used in Python is nothing. It's just a region of memory which can hold the following things. First, it generally holds the actual value, type designator to reflect the object type, the reference counter, which determines when it is okay to reclaim your object. Variables are nothing but just the containers for storing your data values. Unlike any other programming languages, Python has no command for declaring a variable. A variable is created the moment you first assign a value to it. So if you write test is equal to 10, automatically a variable is created at that moment and a value 10 is assigned to it. Variables do not need to be declared with any particular type, any other data type. And also very important feature is that you can change their data type, and they have been, after they have been even set. So you can change an integer to float or a float to an integer, and that process is called as type conversion, which we can further see in the next few slides. It's the object which has a type. However, a variable can hold objects of different types as and when required. Some important points that should be kept in mind while while you are naming a variable are as follows. The name of a variable can be a combination of your lowercase letters, uppercase letters, and an underscore character. The variable name must start with a letter. It cannot start with a digit. You cannot use a special character except underscore. Special characters are forbidden while naming a variable. Variables are case sensitive. For example, if I type all lowercase VAL, as you can see on the slide, and capital VAL are two different variable names. Values can be assigned to a variable using the assignment operator equal to You can assign any type of value. It could be integer, it could be float, it could be a string, it could be characters, it could be any value to a variable. Thank you very much.